Students, in this video we are discussing one of the new lesson in 6th standard, that is social and religious reforms movements in India. There are some important saints they came in India and they reformed. There are so much of things we have practiced, bad practice in our Hindu religion. So they started to oppose these other practice and they reformed and they given social awareness also. Because of on the time we have practiced so much of social bad practice and we did not given any freedom to women or some of the low caste of peoples. So in that purpose, some of the people, saints, they came in India. They not only focused about the religious matters, they focused and they given awareness about also about of social also, society also. Who are the leaders or saints came in Hindu religion, so they did not give more importance about the religious or their only main teachings. No, they are given importance of society also. Because of we are practice already told, there are different types of practice. You will practice, they are saying, or we are ignorance because of what the upper class people they told, that only we have practice. We don't know which one is correct way, which one is wrong way in our religious practice or traditions. We don't know. So on the time there are some important saints they came. So who are the saints they came and what was the contribution, what was the teachings they given to us. So that only we are discussing in this lesson. So in that first one we want to know about one of the important saint in India, a religious promoter or leaders in India, that is Sri Shankaracharya. Sri Shankaracharya is one of the important leader, important religious and social leader, and he reformed so much of things in our religious matters as well as society also. So now we want to know, that means who is Shankaracharya, what was the contribution he given to in our society as well as religion. So that only now we want to know. So first of all here they are saying Shankaracharya, he was born in the place of Kaladi. This Kaladi place located in Kerala. And when he is a small boy, he is an extraordinary talented boy. Because of here they say when is the age of 8, so on that time only he studied by one of the important of Hindu religion, that is Vedas. He completed, he studied. So this much of talented and extraordinary boy, that is Sri Shankaracharya. And next one they saying the parents of Shankaracharya, they saying Shivaguru and another one is Aryamba. Shivaguru father name, Aryamba mother name. And Shankaracharya he started to teach in overall India, that is the Dvaita philosophy. He focused about of Hindu religion and about of Dvaita philosophy. Based on Dvaita philosophy, how we can get salvation, means moksha or heaven. So how we can get this one. So in that about only teached in based on Dvaita philosophy. And Shankaracharya, here is saying Shankaracharya contributes in different types of sector. Here they are saying he established it by matas, 4 matas. That only we are calling as a monasteries. He established it by 4 important matas in 4 direction of in India. So we can see one is here is saying at Badri. So this one in Uttarakhand. Second one is Dwaraka. This one in Gujarat. And next one, third one here they are saying Puri. This one in Odisha. And last one Sringeri in Karnataka. Sringeri we can see in our Chikmagaluru district. So these are the 4 important matas established by Shankaracharya because of want to spread his philosophy of Dvaita. And always he focused the unity of Indians. So in that about only always focused in their particular teachings. We all are one. We are equal. So in that based on teachings only always spread in overall India. So these like based on establishing the matas, he started his teachings in overall India. So that like they say. So after that we want to know some of the Shankaracharya, he written some of the books also to spread his philosophy of Dvaita. So what are the books he written? So here they are saying he books written by books of Ananda Lahari. Second one is Saundarya Lahari. So these are important books. And another matter we want to know is one of the famous hymns song of Bhaja Govindam. So we all are knowing that song, this one hymns of God. So this hymns written by Shankaracharya. This is one of the popular song at the present in Hindu religion. And these are the achievements he done. After that he lived till 32 years. After that he died. So these are the important points about Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya was born in Kaladi of Kerala and is one of the extraordinary person. He established about 4 matas in different various places. After that we have discussed about, he written some of the books also. Ananda Lahari and Saundarya Lahari, and another famous hymns Bhaja Govinda. So this also written by Shankaracharya, and totally he lived till 32 years. After that he died. So after the Shankaracharya, next another person also came. He was one of the important person in religious and social promoter, and he also given contribution about the religious development of Hindu. So who is that person? So here they are saying that is Sri Ramanujacharya. Sri Ramanujacharya also one of the important person. He also given so much of contribution about the field of social and religious matters of Indian society. Now we want to know, that means the life history of Ramanujacharya. So here they are saying Ramanujacharya, he was born at, here they are saying Sri Peramanduru, this one located near in Chennai. So in that place he born. So after that here they are saying he studied by sculptures, means here they are saying scriptures, means here they are saying by Shastras. So this one he learned at the place of Kanchi. And his parents here they are saying by Keshava Dikshit, and mother name here they are saying by Kantimati. And he implemented by the philosophy. So we already discussed the Shankaracharya, he spread the philosophy of Dvaita. So here they are saying Ramanujacharya, he spread the philosophy of Vishishtadvaita philosophy. So when we are discussing about the Dvaita philosophy and Vishishtadvaita philosophy, both also so much of difference we can find out. And Ramanujacharya, when he got enlightenment, when he got the knowledge about the Hindu religion or Hindu philosophy or Vishishtadvaita philosophy, after that he travelled overall India and he started his teachings. So here they are saying he spread the Sri Vaishnavism. What is meant by Sri Vaishnavism? So what was the path we want to live in our society or in our daily life? So in that about only he started to speak in overall India. So here they are saying he declared that how we can get salvation, that is moksha. Salvation means moksha, or heaven. So how we can get this one salvation or moksha? He is saying through the way of devotion and surrender. So with the way of devotion and surrender, we can get moksha. That means here they are saying bhakti and prapti. Devotion means bhakti, surrender means prapti. So with this way, we can attain a moksha. So that like started teach by Ramanujacharya in the philosophy of Vishishtadvaita. So after that, so when he travelled in overall India, so on that one of the important dynasty we can see in the place of in Karnataka, especially in South India, that is Vaisala. So when he reached the Vaisala, so Vaisala kings, they given support and they given permission, they can live in Karnataka and they can spread the philosophy of Vishishtadvaita. And with the support of Vaisala dynasty, Ramanujacharya, he started his preach in overall Karnataka and he spread Vishishtadvaita philosophy. And next one we want to know, what was the reformation done by Ramanujacharya, that means in our society? So here they are saying first one, Ramanujacharya always he opposing casteism, because of in our society formed based on the caste. We have the class based on the caste. So always Ramanujacharya opposed. There is no caste. We all are one. We all are equal. So on that based on teachings spread all over India, including in Karnataka, done by Ramanujacharya. And second one here they are saying, and on the time, who are the lower class peoples, for them there is no enter a temples. So that like of conditions we can see in ancient times. Only who are the upper class peoples or high caste peoples, they can enter a temples and they can worship. But lower class peoples, no. So when Ramanujacharya came, so he given permission to enter lower class peoples in the temple of Melukote. Melukote Chilvanarayana Swami temple. So in that temple built by Ramanujacharya. So here what he given, so already we have discussed in first point, he opposed by casteism. So on that basis he entered all the class peoples, they can enter in the temple of Melukote. There is no discrimination, there is no class, there is no caste. Who are they interested, they can come and they can worship the god in the place of Melukote. So that like a freedom given by Ramanujacharya. This was one of the important reforms done by Ramanujacharya. So after that, next one point here they are saying Ramanujacharya he lived 120 years. So after that he died 120 years. So that much of years lived by Ramanujacharya. So these are the important points about Ramanujacharya. He was one of the important social and religious leader implemented by Vishishta Dvaita philosophy. So on that basis we have discussed. So in that based on Vishishta Dvaita, how we can get salvation? Based on Bhakti and Prapti, devotion and surrender. So with this way we can get moksha or salvation. So this is the speech or this is the teachings of Vishishta Dvaita or Ramanujacharya. And we have discussed his reformation. He opposed by casteism and he constructed one of the new temple in Melukote, and he given permission or he given freedom to all the class people, they can enter in that particular temple. So these like he done reformation in our Indian society. And after that, next one we want to know, after the Ramanujacharya, next another person also came in India and he was one of the important social reformer. So that is here they given name as a Sri Basaveshwara. So Basaveshwara also one of the important person, he took one of the important role in the reformation field of social and religious. In both sectors also is one of the important reformation done by Basaveshwara, and is one of the important leader, revolutionary leader in Karnataka. He came in the place of Karnataka and is one of the revolutionary leader. And here is saying, and not only next one here is saying, he born in Basavana Bhagyavadi in the place of Vijayapura districts. So when he observing the conditions or culture of Indian situation or Indian culture, so on that time, who are the upper class peoples, they have one of the important religious ceremony. That is here they saying by Upanayana. So this is one of the important ceremony. Who are the upper class peoples, for them they providing these are the ceremony, that is Upanayana. But Basaveshwara he opposed. I am not conducting or I am not involving in the ceremony of Upanayana. I will oppose. And he took Diksha, so that is Linga Diksha. So after that here they saying in early schooling in that time, so here they saying he went to Kudala Sangama to the further studies of Hinduism or religious thoughts or religious matters. And next one here they saying his parents. Who are the parents of Basaveshwara? So here they saying parents are Madarasa, second, next one mother name is Madalambike. And here they saying they came in Bhagyavadi, Agrahara. And here they say the Basaveshwara he started to preach the philosophy of Shakti Vishishta Dvaita. First one Shankaracharya Dvaita, Ramanujacharya Vishishta Dvaita. So here they are saying Basaveshwara he started the new philosophy in Karnataka region, especially he focused in Karnataka. So that is here they are saying by Shakti Vishishta Dvaita. So based on Shakti Vishishta Dvaita, he started to he started to teach about the religion matters, about Hindu religion, how we can oppose the policy, or what was the bad practice going on in our Indian society, how we can oppose. So these like he started to speech based on Vishishta Dvaita philosophy. So after that now we want to know, in beginning after the completion of education in Kudala Sangama, Basaveshwara he came back to Bijala king, that is Kalachuri dynasty. Kalachuri dynasty on the time is Bijala king. He became a treasury officer. So when he became as a treasury officer, he got so much of money in the place of Kalyana. So in that place he became as a treasury officer. So he got so much of money. After that what he did, so he distributed these are the money to poor peoples. So who are there on the time are poor peoples, for them he given as a this one money. And not only this one, on that time he started some of the religious revolutionary thought is spread to common peoples. Because of who are the high class peoples or high caste peoples, they started dominate or discriminate against low class peoples. So that's why here Basaveshwara he started to oppose. He given awareness to common peoples. What they doing that and all wrongs. That is wrong. Should not practice what the upper class people they saying, should not practice it. So when these like of thoughts it told or spread in overall that on Kalyana region or in that particular village, so there are some of the traditionalists who are the upper class peoples, so who are orthodox Hindus, so they all are started to oppose by Basaveshwara philosophy. So when they started to oppose, Basaveshwara left the Kalyana. Once again he came back once again Kodala Sangama, where he got the education. So he returned back once again for Kodala Sangama. So when he came and he told that God is in the place of Kodala Sangama. So with us is the God. So that like he started to teach. So now we want to know after that what was the reformation done by Basaveshwara. What was the teachings done by Basaveshwara? So first of all here they say Basaveshwara, the main intention of Basaveshwara in his teachings, that is we want to create casteless societies. That is the main intention. So that is the primary intention. So on that basis he is saying work is worship, means Kayakave Kailasa. This means we want to create this society as a casteless. So that's why whenever he went or wherever he went, so he always they saying a teaching of work is worship. We want to do work, so that only we worship. So that like they said. And another one here they saying Basaveshwara always he opposed a caste system and idol worshipping, means statue. So this one worshipping of God, this also he started to oppose, and he opposed by caste system. And another one here is the same Yagnas and Yagas. Because of based on Yagnas and Yagas, so who are the upper class peoples, they started to loot the money with the lower class peoples. So that's why Basaveshwara started to oppose Yagnas and Yagas. And he told to peoples, our body as a temple. Why you are searching God to any other temples or any other places? No, our body only temple. With us only is there God. So why we want to search in outside? So that way he started to teach. And next one here is saying always he started preaching, or when he started to teach, so on that time always he supported the greatness of women's. And on that time, so women's they want to take responsibility in our society. So that like he given importance to women's. And next one we want to know Basaveshwara he started one of the new institution or new assembly, so that one they give a name as a Anubhava Mantapa. So because of on that time who are the Vachanakaras they came, or who are the Vachana literature or writers they came, so for them they want to give encourage, and they want to discuss their various social problems and how we can solve the problems. So in that matters for only Basaveshwara established by one of the new assembly, so that one they give a name as a Anubhava Mantapa. And not only this one, Basaveshwara also he composed so much of vachanas in Kodala Sangama Deva. Based on the name of Kodala Sangama Deva, he written so much of vachanas, and this used as a simple language. Because of on that time they are common people, they don't have any education, they did not get any education. So if you use difficult words, how they can understand? So that's why he used simple language and written thousands and above the vachanas. Two, in that vachanas always he focused how our society can become as a equal, and always he opposed the societies. What was the bad practice or evil practice we are doing? So in these are the matters he mentioned in that particular vachanas. So these like of reforms done by Basaveshwara. And we want to know when the Basaveshwara came, so afterwards only we can see the Vachana literature become very famous in our Kannada literature. So here is saying why this only Vachana literature become very famous, because of on that time who are the writers or who are the poem writers they are came, or poets they came, so they all are used words are very difficult. Common people they could not understand that one words or that one poems. So when Vachanas came, they used as a simple language. Who are the common people, what they using the words, so same words they used in Vachanas, so in that poems. So when they use these are the words, people they can understand that one words or that poems as easily. So they can understand as easy way. So that's why on that time the Vachanas, the writing of the Vachanas we can read as a prose, this one like a lesson, and this Vachanas we can sing or we can sing as a poems like also. So both type also we can possible. We can read or we can sing. So that's why on the time Vachanas become very famous. And we can see some of the important Vachanakaras or Vachana literature writers also came. So here they given one by one name. So first one here they given Jedara Dasimaya and Allama Prabhu. Another one here they given Channa Basavanna and Akka Mahadevi and some others. So these are the important, they given name as the Sharanas. So they are came and they given implemented the different types of Vachanas literature, and the peoples, most of the Kannada peoples, especially in Karnataka, because of they use only the common language of Kannada. So most of the Kannada common peoples, they started to encourage the Vachanas, and on the time Vachana literature also become very famous. So these are the important contributions of Basaveshwara. Basaveshwara is one of the important social reformer. He teach Shakti Vishishta Dvaita philosophy. And he told work is worship, and he want to create a casteless society. And he built one of the new assembly, that is Anubhava Mantapa, and he always encouraged women's rights. And it written by Vachanas and used a simple language, so Vachanas become very famous, and people they can understand easy way that Vachanas, and they change their lifestyle. And he told body as a temple. So these are the important reforms done by Basaveshwara. So after the Basaveshwara, we want to know last another important person in our social reformer. So that person name here they given name as a Sri Madhvacharya. So he also one of the important social and religious reformer in our Indian society. He also one of the important saint. So this Madhvacharya, he born in the place of Pajaka, means Belle. So this village is located near of Udupi, that means in our Karnataka. This Sri Madhvacharya, he born in the place of Pajaka. So this Pajaka located near Udupi. And here they say the parents of Madhvas. So here they say Madhu. Here they given Madhyageha Bhatta, and another one is the mother name here they given Vedavati. Father name Madhyageha Bhatta and mother name here they saying Vedavati. And here they say in which philosophy he started to preach in overall India. Here they saying Dvaita. He started to preach as a Dvaita philosophy. And here they saying, so when he got the Sannyasa Diksha, Madhvacharya, he started to travel in overall India to teach about his knowledge. So what he got the knowledge in Dvaita philosophy, so that one he started to teach in overall India. And he always saying wherever or whenever he went, so he always saying we want to worship as a Lord Vishnu. So this is the common teachings implemented by Dvaita philosophy. And next one here is saying, another one here is saying by Madhvacharya, he always saying we want to worship as a god of Lord Vishnu. So that like he started to teach. And next one here is saying what was the reforms or what was the achievements done by Madhvacharya. So first one here is saying Madhvacharya, he written by there are totally 37 books in Sanskrit. Madhvacharya, he composed or written by 37 books in Sanskrit. Some of the important books here they say Gita Tatparya, Nirnaya, and another one here they saying Mahabharata Tatparya, Nirnaya. So these are the important books. One is Gita Tatparya Nirnaya. Second one is Mahabharata Tatparya Nirnaya. So these are the important books written by Madhvacharya. So after that next one here is saying he also established 8 monasteries, means 8 matas. So one of the important matas we can see in the place of Udupi, Krishna Mata. What we are saying Krishna Mata, this mata built by Madhvacharya. So after that next one here is saying he preached simple path of bhakti. If you get salvation, if you want to get moksha or heaven, we want to use as a simple way of bhakti. This only enough. We can get moksha. We want to believe a God. If you believe in the God, we can easily we can get a moksha. So this is the common teachings of Madhvacharya. So after that next one here is saying, so apart from this one here is saying he established matas, including we have discussed about Udupi. So after that we can see Ashtamatas in the place of Uttaradi Mata. After that here is saying Vyasaraya Mata, and next one Raghavendra Mata. So these are the important centers we can see Madhva's philosophy. So these are the philosophy Uttarandi Mata, Vyasaraya Mata and Rangavedra Mata. So these are the matas including this one, Krishna Mata, we are seeing in the Udupi. So these are the matas, they spreading the philosophy of Madhvacharya. So what he told Madhvacharya in Advaita philosophy, this only they all are started to teach in these matas. So these are the important leaders, important saints. They came in India and they written so much of books. And they always, who are the saints, especially 4 saints we have discussed, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Basaveshwara and Madhvacharya. So these are the 4 members. So they always, what was the main intention for they came? Because of they want to avoid, so what was the evil practice they are doing in by Indian peoples, they want to avoid it that way. And they want to give awareness or education about the religious matters. Because of till that much time, people they believe that we want to get salvation or moksha, there is a different way. They don't know. So when they came, they given a new path. So this only path. If we practice these are the path, we can get a salvation or moksha. So when these like of ideas they given to common peoples, peoples are attracted and they followed by these are the philosophy. So these like social and religious reformation movements also one of the important movement done by these religious saints to reform our society. So now we are understood about the 4 important social reformer or religious reformers and their contributions. So these are the important points. So next class we can discuss about next another important lesson. Okay.